A student walks through the Goldman Center doors. Text reads, Goldman Center for Student Accessibility. Equal Access. Introducing the Goldman Center. Kathryn Fernandez, JD, Executive Director for Campus Accessibility. ADA/504 Coordinator, speaks.
Striving toward accessibility forces people to be more creative and think about different ways of seeing the world and doing things. A lot of people think of accessibility just in terms of physical accessibility, and that is a critical part of accessibility. But accessibility is everywhere, and encouraging people to think about the different ways that they can make our environment more accessible, I think brings out the best parts of them.
A student uses a magnifier to read math text. Patrick Randolph, Director of the Goldman Center, speaks.
The Goldman Center for Student Accessibility is under the Division of Student Affairs. We look more holistically at the student experience. So again, we're not just here to support students' academic accommodation needs, but to make sure that all of their support needs, anything that's necessitated by a qualifying disability, that we work with them to reasonably accommodate them. Every student that gets accepted to Tulane University does so under the otherwise qualified standard. So when they come in, they're coming in on merit the same way any other student is coming in, regardless of any accommodations they may be entitled to or have received in the past.
Students with disabilities participate on campus. Crystal Cleary, PhD, faculty, speaks.
Most people I find, not only in university systems, but in our world at large, see disability as being only a diagnostic category and not something that can be a point of community building or of positive identity.
Benjamin Brubaker, staff, speaks.
One of the most important things that staff or faculty can do to support students in their empowerment is to normalize access, and so to also, whether that's sharing your own stories, whether that's talking about accessing resources in a very normal way, sort of destigmatizing that. I think that's an important thing to do before any student comes to you. It's just about talking about it, constantly talking about and normalizing accessing counseling, accessing resources.
The student presents a requesting accommodations postcard. Aaliyah Banchik, student, speaks.
The Goldman Center is like a little oasis on campus. It's so beautiful. When you walk in, there's this slogan painted on their walls that says, "Great minds think differently." And that really resonates with me because having dyslexia, I know that there's no one right way of thinking, and that's different, but that's not worse.
If you are a student with a disability, you're entitled to full and equal access and you're entitled to reasonable accommodations. What gets me out of bed to do this work is the feeling that I am helping people. I believe really strongly in the value of the education that Tulane provides, and I want to make sure that anybody who wants to come here and is qualified to come here can.
The historic Tulane buildings rest among tall green trees. Text reads, use the online Goldman portal. Apply for and activate accommodations. Schedule use of the testing center. Accessibility.tulane.edu. Goldman@tulane.edu. 504-862-8433. The Tulane University logo appears.